we will not be doing the next main missions like I said I was going to do. We are going to be doing something a little different. As you can see, Shaylia is looking unusual, and this isn't looking the same, and this isn't looking the same. For the last couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so, I've been bored with the Fire Mage. You guys know that. I've mentioned it a couple of times. And I'd been tossing up with the idea of changing to maybe an Arcane Mage, seeing what it's like. I did some initial research and I got conflicting results from one particular webpage, and I kind of just shelved the idea. But you guys have actually all said several times that maybe I should try Arcane. So, you know what? That's what we're damn well doing. It's going to take me a while to get a handle on this new class, unfortunately, so quests are put on a bit of a hold while I figure this out, but I thought it was time that Shaylia had a bit of an appearance shake-up to go along with the new class. So she is wearing her Covenant outfit, just the dress part, because that's all I have. I think I have one other piece, maybe gloves, I don't know, but we've just got it in a base dress. I've taken off shoulders, I've taken off wrists and arms, I've taken off everything except the dress, the cloak and the shoes. That's literally all she's wearing gear wise, and I think it looks pretty nice without being burdened by all these extra pieces. I've lightened her hair colour considerably, and I've also lightened her skin colour just a little bit. It's not a lot, but just enough that it's not quite so orange. I've left her eyes the exact same way, and her jewelry's changed to silver as well. Same hairstyle, same ears, same jewelry. And yeah, a bit conflicted about the silver, because the silver suits her to an extent, but she's kind of wearing gold on the outfit, so I don't know, I'm sort of giving mixed messages there. So before I start getting sorted on all of this, we should probably go to a place that has, where even am I, this way, that has training dummies. The only ones I know of are at Orgrimmar. I know they're pretty much everywhere, but the only ones I know about are in Orgrimmar. I don't know where to find them, so I'm just going to go straight there and figure out the Arcane Mage. I've watched a few videos, which doesn't really mean that I fully understand the class, but I think I understand the basics. It's going to take a while for me to get used to applying them, but I think I understand the concept of it. Mostly. Good God, we're getting quite thematic here, aren't we? No, not you. You. Thank you. Gosh, so many quests here. We were going this way, weren't we? It was in this corner. Question mark. Do you have to repair your gear, by the way? I must confess I don't actually remember where I'm landing. Is it this? It's this building here, right? Yeah. Yeah, does your stuff need to be... Yeah, it does actually. We need to get your shit repaired as well. Now, if I just fly in, I should be able to see the dummies from the roof, right? Yes. Okay. There is that. So, first and foremost, let's get these talents underway. First one I'm supposed to get is Amplification, passive. When clearcast, Arcane Missiles fires 2 additional missiles. Apparently, clearcast means proc, I guess, was the assumption I got from watching the videos. So in other words, don't use Arcane Missiles unless you can have the proc to then do the extra damage. That's what I'm assuming by clearcast. I don't actually know that for certain, but that's just what it seemed implied. Your other options are rule of 3s. When you gain your 3rd Arcane Charge, that would be that one right there, the cost of your next Arcane Blast or Arcane Missiles is reduced by 100%. That's nice if you're running out of mana. I'm a mana person. Don't even know why I said mana. But that seems a little better for damage, which we all know. Kill as quickly as possible is my motto. An Arcane Familiar. What? I don't actually know what these things are. I've just looked at which ones I'm supposed to get. Arcane Familiar. Summon a familiar that attacks your enemies and increases your maximum mana by 10%. Whoa. That's so cool. What kind of familiar is it? Jealous? I kind of want that. Master of Time. We're not getting this, but reading nonetheless. And as I said, I don't actually know what these other things are. Reduces the cooldown of altered... because we've used that to success. Alter Time resets the cooldown of Blink. because we also use Blink so frequently. The only time I use it is when I'm in Torghast to get duplicates. I'm sorry, mirror images. This isn't D&D. We are going to be taking Shimmer, which is what we had as the Fire Mage. It teleports you 20 yards forward unless something is in the way, unaffected by global cooldown, and castable while casting. Yes, please. And that's changed me to Shimmer. Yes, perfect. And the other option was Slipstream. Clear casting allows arcane missiles to be channeled while moving. Evocation can be channeled while moving. That's kind of neat. If you're the kind of person who likes to be moving, which I do, I'm just not used to doing it because as a Fire Mage, Shaylia had to stand still pretty much all the time. So I'm going to keep my Shimmer. Incanter's Flow. Magical energy flows through you while in combat, building up to 20% increased damage and then diminishing down to 4% increased damage, cycling every 10 seconds. So it's kind of just random bonus energy, random damage, whatever. Focus Magic. Increases the target's chance to critically hit with spells by 5% for 30 minutes. Wow. When the target critically hits, your intellect and chance to critically hit with spells is increased by 5% for 10 seconds. Cannot be cast on self. We are taking Rune of Power, which again is what we had as a Fire Mage. Places a Rune of Power, and that gives me that back down there. Perfect. A Rune of Power on the ground for 12 seconds, which increases your spell damage by 40% while you stand within 8 yards. 8 yards. Is that how wide it is? I'd never quite noticed. Casting Arcane Power will also create a Rune of Power. Really? Really? Just trying to read my notes. I didn't know that. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't know that. Cool. Resonance. Oops, let me scroll back up. Yes, Resonance is what we're taking here apparently, although I think there was the option of Arcane Echo. Arcane Barrage deals 15% increased damage per target it hits. Apparently Arcane Barrage is what you'll be using during the cooldown phase, conserve phase. Some people had different names for it. Apparently in Arcane you've got the burn phase, and then you've got sort of the evocation phase, and then the conserve phase with a mini burn phase during the conserve phase. Yeah, good luck to me. And the barrage is used during the conserve phase / the mini burn, I believe. No, just the conserve phase. Or when you're lacking mana, you would usually use barrage. So there's that. Said you could also take Arcane Echo. Direct damage you deal to enemies affected by touch of the Magi causes an explosion that deals barely any arcane damage to 8 nearby. 8? Good god, that's a lot. No, I'll keep Resonance. Nether Tempest. Places a Nether Tempest on the target, which deals 260 arcane damage over 12 seconds to the target and nearby enemies within 10 yards. Limit 1 target. Deals reduced damage to secondary targets. Damage increased by 71% per arcane charge. Nothing exciting there. It was definitely unanimous that Chrono Shift is the one that's chosen. Arcane Barrage slows enemies by 50% and increases your movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. Which is a really good passive. That's not bad. So every time you want to move forward quickly, you would just spam Arcane Barrage, right? I don't know. Sounds cool regardless. Ice Ward. Frost Nova now has 2 charges. Yippee. Ring of Frost. Summons a Ring of Frost for 10 seconds at the target location. Enemies entering the ring are incapacitated for 10 seconds. Limit 10 targets. When the incapacitate expires, enemies are slowed by 65% for 4 seconds. Lame. Sorry, I was reading my list. I thought I missed a line, but no. We're getting Arcane Orb here. Reverberate. If Arcane Explosion hits... When am I using Explosion? I don't know. Hits at least 3 targets. It has 50% chance to generate an extra Arcane Charge. Nah. Arcane Orb. Launches an Arcane Orb forward... It just puts it in a number 1 slot. Okay. Forward from your position, traveling up to 40 yards, dealing quite a bit of arcane damage to enemies it passes through. Grants 1 arcane charge when cast and every time it deals damage. So I guess if it hits multiple enemies, it gives extra charges? Question mark? Dunno. We'll have to test it. I'd probably have to line up a shot that way to try and get both of them to see if that is indeed true. Oh, this sounds really cool. Supernova. Pulses arcane energy around the enemy, target enemy, or ally, dealing 466 arcane damage to all enemies within 8 yards, and knocking them upward. Knocking them upward? What? It sounds like a mistranslation, even though it's originally in English. A primary enemy target will take 100% increased damage. Sounds cool. Does it look cool? Doesn't matter. I was instructed to take Arcane Orb. And last but not least, I'm taking Overpowered. Arcane Power now increases damage by 50% and reduces mana costs by 50%, which is nice. Though that's a big ability that's like permanently on cooldown, so that's not going to come too much into effect. Time anomaly, I believe you could have as any mage. At any moment, you have a chance to gain Arcane Power for 8 seconds, gain Evocation for 1 second. Although, I don't know. Enlightened. Arcane damage dealt while above 70% mana is increased by 8%. Mana regen while below 70% is... Yeah, I suppose if you're really, really desperate for mana, I'm probably going to be like that. That's a nice one to have, but I'll just take that since it's what I was instructed to take. I guess we have to fill these slots or it's going to harass me. It really doesn't matter what I pick because I'm not PvPing. I've legitimately never seen it do that before. To be fair, I only have one other friend. One other person that I've friended in the game. Huh, what do you know? Torment the Weak. Increases the range of... We have Slow as a spell? I don't know. Never used it. Master of Escape reduces the cooldown of greater invisible. No one cares. Unit allies within 40 yards instantly become invisible for 5 seconds. Dealing damage will cancel the effect. Never with armor. Just the chance you will suffer a critical strike. Envelops you in a temporal shield. Sure, why not? Dampen magic. Should I spell still? Yeah, because we'll use that. After you shimmer, you take 50% less magical damage in 2 seconds. Temporal shield. Oh, it was just the same thing. My bad. And sure, whatever. Don't care. Alright, that is it for that tab. Now to figure out what I want to put where. Good God, I gotta figure out the order of things. Spellbook and abilities. So, the Covenant for the Arcane Mage is the same as the Fire Mage. Night Fate is the best one. So I do get to keep my Shifting Power and Soul Shape, which is great. I don't have to go to another Covenant just yet. I don't need to learn different skills. It just is. So that's nice. We get to keep Mirror Image, which is great. We get to keep our Ice Block, and this should still be the macro I set up. So it should be press to put on, press to put off. Fantastic. And then Arcane Explosion, which we were starting to use before. When am I using Explosion? Aoe attacks are very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. And Arcane Explosions are used then. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that's very straightforward. We keep Spell Steal, which I've still never used, and all of that. There's Frost Nova, which I'll probably never use, let's face it. It's not like I used it already. Polymorph, see previous point. Greater Invisibility takes over just standard invisibility. Makes you invisible and untargetable for 20 seconds, removing all threat. Any action taken cancels its effect. You take 60% reduced damage while invisible and for 3 seconds after reappearing. Speak of the Devil, throw that on. Speak of the Devil, we'll have a bit of a nibble. Alright, so Arcane Orb. Yeah, I definitely don't want that there. I can tell you that now. Fire Blast, don't want. Don't want. Don't want. Oh, that's right, I renumbered that. I forgot that I did that. Let's just put you away for a second. I don't want you there. We're going to start with... I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. As per you, I usually put the bigger cooldowns up, right? That's what I have with my Hunter. It's not what I did with Shayla previously, but it's what I have with my Hunter. and we're trying to keep things the same. They're totally, completely, and utterly different, but you know, whatever. So, the big ones are Touch of the Magi. You, Arcane Touch of the, this is alphabetical, isn't it? Touch of the Magi. So we're going to put that there. And then the other one we want is Arcane Power. That's another big one. I'll read what they do in a second. I just want to do this before I forget. Arcane Power. That's Rune of Power. I might reposition that. I don't know. And then Presence of Mind is the other one, I guess. I still have yet to really figure out how that slots in, but well, we'll figure that out in a second. Then we want Arcane Blast, Orb, Missiles. In that order? Do I want that order? Because I guess, yeah, you do that. If that's on cooldown, you use it, and then you just alternate between these two and this. Right? Right. Cool. Next. Prismatic Blast. Evocation. Where are we going to put you? I guess I'll just put you on E for now. For lack of anywhere else to stick you. Evocation! Actually, that works. Might help to remember what... No, it's not going to help me remember. But you never know. God, I love this blue-purple theme we've got going on down here. It suits me. That was wholly unintentional. I was just going for the lighter theme. Going from like the red-based fiery mage to a more mystical sort of mage. And it's tying in quite nicely. It's evocation. Shifting power, obviously, is already there. The barrage. We didn't end up putting the barrage on. So barrage can go on 4, right? Is Mish gonna remember any of his shit? No, she's not. And then the mini burst uses those. AoE. Oh yeah, Arcane Explosions. We're gonna put that somewhere. Arcane Explosion is a standard skill. Oh yeah, that's the one I've got a 5. Right. Don't that can stay there. What would I be using? It'd be Explosion, so F5, 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 4. That's barrage. Not really. It's not really, you know, ideal. Maybe I can put it on 5? It'd be easier to press. I don't think I need 5 for anything, so I might do that just to confuse myself. Yep. Okay, now what about all these skills I don't actually have written down? Frostbolt, we don't use Frostbolt. Polymorph, I've got cat version on. Not using Fire Blast. I never use that. Slow Fall's on my sidebar. I've got those, never use it, but it is there. Alright, that is that. And what about you? I don't have Alter Time down. I have Time Warp, but not Alter Time. Guess I'll put it down there just for argument's sake, though it's wrecking my colour scheme. Okay, we've got all of those. Conjure Mana... What is this? Conjures a mana gem that can be used to instantly restore 10% mana and holds up to 3 charges. Conjure items disappear if logged out for more than 15. Is this like an item in my inventory and I can just then use the... Let's just test this out for a second here. Mana gem. Oh, it's so freaking pretty. Okay, now where did you put it? Becomes the next question. There. You said this can stack? No, it holds up to 3 charges. Soulbound. Use resource 10% mana. Okay, 3 charges. I know I've got mana, but say I use that. Oh, for God's sake. Boom. And then it's got 2 charges left. With the cooldown. Huh. That's really not going to let me cast. Well, that's just mean. I want my other charges back. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that can stay there, for argument's sake. I'm never going to remember to use that, but good to know. Prismatic Barrier. Oh. Damn. I'm used to that being on S2. No, yes, S2. But I've put all those there. Damn. Would I use Alt? I don't know, would I? What if I just move everything down? It's not like I've gotten used to their slots. And put... See, I wasn't... These things were not mentioned during gameplay. So I don't know if they wanted to use it or not, but no one mentioned them in any of the videos I watched. So... yeah, there's that. So if we do that... It's a prettier version of my fire one. Oh, it's so pretty. Cool. There's that. Rune of Power. Yeah, whatever. Just magically casting. For each 250 mana you spend, you have a 1% chance to gain only one. Ugh. To gain clear casting, making your next Arcane Missiles or Arcane Explosion free and channel 20% faster. Arcane Missiles fires one additional missile. Again, that's why you're supposed to be clear casting. What is this? Mastery Savant increases your mana regeneration and maximum mana. Arcane Charges increases the damage of Arcane Blast by additional that. Okay, cool. Well, I think we are good to go on that front. I don't think there's anything here I need to add. Oh, as a racial passive? Huh. What do you know? Grove Invigoration. Healing or dealing... Oh, yeah. I've still got no healing abilities. Healing or dealing damage has a chance to grant you a stack of Redirected Anima. Redirected Anima increases your maximum health by 1%. Shoot. Requires wands. I ain't got a wand. Okay, resistance is another racial passive. Huh. Oh. Yeah, about that. It's expensive! Really expensive! The Quick and the Dead Guild perk. Increases health gained when resurrected by 50% and increases movement speed. Wait, what? Oh, it was like, increases movement speed while dead? You're dead, how are you moving? But no, to get back to your body. That makes sense. Language is racial passive. Orcish Thalassian. I've never really seen that come into play, so I'm not quite sure how that works. Wow, this is looking very full. Very, very, very full. So I've got to figure out what this shit means. Why? More lore. Puzzle and cryptogram. This item begins a quest. Oh, okay. Well, good for you. Yeah. So. Oof. Oh, they fade. I didn't realize. Okay, now we're going to read everything that I've just equipped, because while I've been told when to use them, I don't really fully understand what they do. So, we'll start at the top. Arcane Charges. Resource used by Arcane Mages. Some abilities generate Arcane Charges which greatly enhance spells such as Arcane Blast, increasing the damage and mana cost. Arcane Barrage consumes all your Arcane Charges, enabling it to hit multiple enemies. So in other words, the more charges you have, the more damage you'll do, but it means that all your abilities drain your mana so much more quickly. So in some instances, you want to keep the charges up constantly to do the most amount of damage. That's for the burn phase. And when you're in the conserve phase, you want to kind of keep the charges quite middling, because it's going to use a lot of your mana when you're trying to restore it. So that's that. So we already read that one because we added that one. We'll start with our... big cooldowns, excluding this one, but we're going to read it anyway. Prismatic Barrier. Shields you with an arcane force, absorbing 5,000 damage and reducing magic damage taken by 20% for 1 minute. The duration of harmful magic effects against you is reduced by 35%. I don't know specifically what the fire barrier did, but that seems to be somewhat equivalent. Now, first big cooldown. Touch the Magi. That's 1,500 mana. That's 2,500. Let's say you're an instant, but it's got a massive cooldown. Actually, what is your cooldown? This is only a 45-second cooldown. That's a 2-minute cooldown. It's a 1 minute and 30 sec. Oh, it's Frost Nova. No one cares about Frost Nova. Yep, okay. Applies Touch of the Magi to your current target, accumulating 25% of the damage you deal to the target for 8 seconds, and exploding for that amount of arcane damage to the target and reduce damage to all nearby enemies. This generates 4 Arcane Charges. Wait, really? So my instructions... I may have to really evaluate what I've written here because I don't think that takes it into consideration. You precast blast, 4 charges, blast. So why would you do that? If that automatically gives you 4 charges, why would you bother precasting blast? Sorry, I should probably explain. When you start combat, it wants you to precast blast when you're not in combat to get it going before you get into the conflict. You want to get up to 4 charges up here if you're using Arcane Blast or Arcane Orb, whatever you need to get it up. What is the cooldown on Arcane Orb, by the way? It's honestly 20 seconds. Huh. Though it is an instant cast, that's nice to know. And then it wants you to use Touch of the Magi after that. Why do you need to build those previous charges if you can just start with Touch of the Magi and get that going initially? I'm so confused. Why? Why wouldn't you start with that if it gives you the charges? I'm so confused. Because I thought you were getting 4 charges with Arcane Blast and Arcane Orb to get it up to 4 and to maintain it at 4. But this ability just does that for you. Can someone please answer that question for me? I mean, I'm going to continue regardless, and therefore I'll probably learn the abilities incorrectly, but it seems to make no sense that you would put that partway down your list rather than opening with that, but maybe there's some subtext here I don't understand. Arcane Power. So yeah, it says that's the 1.3 seconds, the 45-second cooldown, and then that's an instant for 2 minutes. For 15 seconds, you deal 50% more spell damage, and your spell cost 50% less mana. Let's just press some of these so I actually know what they look like. What? Fine. I'll get myself a target. So that's what it looks like. It is pretty easy to cast. We're going to move over here so this bloody building is not behind me. Okay. And that was the damage explosion. Right. So 8 seconds. And then you are 15. That's right, it's a Rune of Power. I don't really need to do it, I was just trying to see what the effects are. This is cool though, I'm a fan of that. Alrighty, then we have Presence of Mind. This one's used slightly differently. I don't really understand this one though. The usage of it seems a bit weird. What does it do? Instant cast, 1 minute cooldown. Causes your next 3 Arcane Blasts to be instant cast. Okay. That's fine, but multiple videos I watched said to have the Presence of Mind and those 3 Arcane Blasts done towards the end of the Touch of the Magi. But why? Why must it be at the end of the presence of, sorry, at the end of the Touch of the Magi? Why can't you just, again, why can't you just do it at the beginning? Like, I don't understand. Why try and time it with the end of the Touch of the Magi when you can just do it immediately, not have to worry about timing? See, there's some of these guides, they don't make sense to me. Why would you do it that way? Why not just do them immediately? You see, do you understand my confusion? Like, am I making sense as to why this doesn't make sense to me? Again, let me know the explanation. I'm so tempted to just learn this class my way, because it seems dumb to have to time that. I don't want to have a trillion... Why do you keep changing characters? Why do I have to have a trillion weak auras on my screen to be able to time this shit when it doesn't seem like it needs to be timed? Just rearrange your order and then there should be no freaking issue. Anyway, don't understand. Moving on. We have Arcane Blast, which is somewhat your bread and butter of single target combat. So it uses a fair chunk of mana and it's 1.9 seconds to cast, so it's a little more time consuming. But all in all, not too bad. Blast the target with energy, dealing 1000 arcane damage. Yes, it's very minuscule, but it gives me 1 arcane charge. Each arcane charge increases damage by 70. Whoa, that's a lot. And mana cost by 100%. Oh my god. And reduces cast time by 8%. Oh, so it's quicker to cast. I suppose that's a minimal trade-off. Sure. Then we have Arcane Orb. Considerably less mana, but with a cooldown. Launches an Arcane Orb forward from your position, travelling up to 40 yards, dealing 1700 arcane damage to enemies it passes through. Oh, that's right, I was supposed to go sideways to test this one. And it grants 1 arcane charge when cast and every time it deals damage. So let's just do it once to get that to go through him, to get the 1 charge. We're going to wait the 15-second cooldown. Let's see if I can just line this up, to see if I can try and get both of them, to see if I can get the double charge. I just like to try things to fully understand them because I'm not currently understanding them. So it was one thing to write these instructions from the videos and another to actually read the abilities and see what they do and find out that it doesn't make any sense. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. It did give me the 4 charges. And if that's the case, we're going to skip straight through to Arcane Barrage to use those. Launches bolts of arcane energy at the enemy, causing 2000 arcane damage for each arcane charge, deals extra damage, and it grants you percentage of your maximum mana and hits 1 additional target by 40% of its damage, so it consumes all thingies. Oh, he was too far away. Ain't that a bitch? Nice debuff. Banner of the Alliance. I just realized. I only just realized. Wow, slow much? So can you use this? You can just use it without. It just does pathetic damage, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alrighty. Fair enough. Next, that's the Arcane Explosion. You'll know what that does. And then that, and then Evocation. Channeled for 1.5 minute cooldown. Increases your mana regeneration by 750%, 5.1 seconds. Okay, so you add a commission for essentially 5 seconds. That's good to know. Oh, it's pretty. It's so pretty. Cool. And there's that, and there's that. Yeah, we still don't have anything in that slot. Okay. That's that. Now figure out how to use the darn thing. We still haven't used arcane missiles because I don't have a proc. Oh my god, your expense. What? Holy shit. 7.5 thousand mana. That's gotta hands down be my most expensive skill, right? Oh god, Arcane Explosion. Oh my god, you cost a lot as well. 5,000. Yeah. Other than Conjure Mana Gem, which, you know, makes sense, but holy shit. Launches 5 waves of arcane missiles at the enemy over 2.1 seconds, causing a total of, holy hell, that's a lot of damage. Cool. I can get on board with that. So, there are 2 different methods of combat. There's single target and AoE, which is true of pretty much every class, but there is a vast difference between the 2 here. It seems AoE is pretty straightforward and simple, and I like it. It's very to the point. Oh wait, I was gonna do macros first. Yeah, actually, let's get on that board first before I forget. I don't actually know what these things do. I just read that they are macros you can have for this class. So I don't know what they do. I'm just gonna put them in because I've been told to. Arcane Power is a lightning looking one. You? Yes. Okay, and we're calling this however many space bars I need to make it original. I don't know how many I need. And we are just copying and pasting, bear with me. The music's just gonna go out every single time I do that. What is that? I don't know what that was supposed to be. Show tilt of Arcane Power. Use 14, so the trinkets. And then cast, this is the part I don't understand. Cast sequence reset equals 30 Arcane Power. I don't get what that is, like, at all. But I just wanted it because it uses 14. Uses the trinket. So we're gonna put that in place of that. Right, next is POM, Presence of Mind, which is the helmet. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what we're up to. 7 it is. And there's this one. Again, I'm not too sure what this does. It's putting weird things after show tooltip. Hashtag show tooltip. Stop macro. Channeling arcane missiles. Cast sequence reset. Yeah, I don't understand. Let's just assume it knows what it's doing and that whoever created it knows what they're doing, and I'm just going to go with it. Let's just roll with that. New one. Macro to not interrupt missiles. That seems pretty important. And this is going in the place of Arcane Blast, which is that one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we copy and paste. Again, get rid of this weird symbol looking thing. Put the space back in. So, cancel aura ice block. I don't think I really need that there, but whatever, you can stay. But it stops the macro channeling arcane missiles. And it casts Arcane Blast. I don't know. I guess I have to understand the previous one for this one to make sense, but that's fine. Whatever. Again, assume the person who wrote it knows what they're talking about, because I don't. This is the counterspell one. Again, isn't counterspell supposed to be instant? But I guess maybe it doesn't work like that. So we're just gonna pop in the counterspell one, which I can then use if I go back to, the Fire Mage. Hey, there's not a gap. There's not a funny symbol there. Cool. And then we'll put that there. I've got the same ice block in that I had before, so that should be fine. I've already tested that one. And then this one's an interesting one. Polymorphs current target and sets as focus, which is fine, but this is a different polymorph. What would you call it? I might actually leave that one, because I want the cat. Dumb reason, I know, but I want the cat. So I don't know how I would fix that. Cool, great. Moving right along. Now that we've done that, and I don't really know half of what I just did, we'll keep going. So for the Aoe attack, it literally consists of like 3 buttons. 4, 5, okay, 5, if you're gonna be honest with you. So we start with Arcane Power, which I put on S3, yes. Why don't we use Touch of the Magi? Is it because the money used for it? Because it explodes, so it does damage to other people. Nah, it doesn't. It says not to use it, so I'm not using it. Might change it for myself later on. I don't see why you shouldn't use Touch of the Magi. Anyway, you do Arcane Power to get the rune underneath you and the extra abilities, blah blah blah. Then you're going to Arcane Explosion 4 times to get your 4 charges, and then you get instantly siphoned off with Arcane Barrage. And you essentially just keep doing that. And if Arcane Orb is available, you use it. And that's pretty much what you do. And if your cooldown for power goes, you use Rune of Power. And you just keep cycling through like that. So it's probably going to be something like S3. What did I put my explosions on? 5. And then 4 was the barrage, right? 5, 4. Yes, okay. So it'd be S3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I know I've got Orb up. I'm just testing this. Barrage, Orb, 5. Oh, I've got a clear cast of Arcane Missiles. Nice. Always use that when you can. Oh, I've got to change. Ha. See, I've just seen a problem with my macros. I need to change Arcane Explosion to include not overwriting Arcane Missiles, because I don't time things, I just hit buttons, let's face it. We do not want Arcane Missiles to be overwritten. So, can we apply, is that gonna work? I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. Okay, that's not entirely true, but mostly true. There. I should probably find out which spaces I'm missing in between all of this. But we want to show tooltip. Yes, this is where we're going to get typos. That font is so tiny. Show tooltip Arcane Explosion. Arcane Explosion. Right. I don't care about the ice block, but we want to stop macro channeling Arcane. There doesn't appear to be a gap there, so I am just going to missiles plural. Yep, leave that there. I could have just copied and pasted now that I think about it. And then cast Arcane. What are we doing? Explosion. Right. Is this going to work? Fuck do I know. I have no clue. We're about to figure this out. So, the whole point was I should cast missiles and then hit Arcane Explosion afterwards and see if it does my 5. Okay. Wait, was it missiles or was it sorry, was it? It was Explosion, right? Was it? God, now I'm down myself. Was it Barrage? No, it has to be missiles. Okay, yes, because that's a one shot. Right. Yeah, so we need to S3, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3. Yes, perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. Now I can't accidentally overshoot. This is brilliant. 2, 5, 3, 5. I actually hit 5 already. That's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. So I can't hit 5 until I know things haven't clear cast. So I have to be more precise with my casting. That's a thing. I also was supposed to be watching when the rune went out from under my feet to know when I was supposed to do that. I hit the wrong button. Don't judge. Oh, I just noticed my charges were here. I've been like trying to dart my eyes. I should just be looking here. Oh my god. I've been making life so much more difficult for myself than I really ought to have. 4, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 4. And that thing's a cooldown, so we can put Rune of Power up. 5, 3, 2. Okay, Orb is going to be another issue. It also overrides. Good to know. Can I be bothered to fix it? I probably should, you know. And my mana seems to be alright. Doesn't appear to be particularly hazardous. Just getting into the habit of things. In case you're wondering why I keep going. I'm trying to get a habit of having my fingers on 5 and 3. I did hit 2. You will know I did hit 2. We're going to ignore the fact that I just hit 2. And persevere. No, we'll be able to use the orb. I shouldn't have waited, but I did. Okay, that was one too many explosions, but... Okay, so I get some pink shit that's absolutely nowhere near my character appearing on the screen like that. Okay, well, the problem is I'm looking down here. So it's like we need to move these up here using weak auras, but do I really want to? I mean, that's the next question. Do I feel the need to? It's probably benefit. Although I suppose I don't need to see this weak aura for the missile proc if I'm constantly looking down for the missile proc, but then I suppose that if I'm looking down here constantly, I'm not looking up at the screen, which means I'm not very reactive to the situation. I'm just spamming buttons. So I guess that's why people have weak auras in the first place, to make it more... to allow you to have more greater visibility of the scenario. There you go. Terrible phrasing, but you get what I mean. Okay, that was AoE. Let's face it, I rarely get AoE fighting because that's 3 or more targets. Usually they come in 2s if they're going to be in multiples, but nice. Straightforward. I like it. I wish I could just do that for everything. It's very practical. I really liked it, and yeah, mana was not an issue at all. I didn't even have to worry about evocation, so that's cool. However, now we go to the more important one of the single target, and this is going to be a lot harder. So, as I said, I don't understand why we have 4 charges of Arcane Blast before we use Touch of Magi when Touch of Magi gives you the 4 charges. I'm really not sure. Is there a debuff they do that I don't know about? No, there really isn't. There's absolutely no debuff on that dummy. I don't understand. Maybe I should see if anyone of my guild is online right now and knows the answer to this before I get into a habit of learning to do it a certain way. Ditto the presence of mind in the blast ×3. Maybe I'll just quickly see if someone online has played Arcane before. Or played Arcane more recently, rather. Alright, it doesn't look like many of them are about. There was one person, but I don't know if he's going to respond. So... Oops. Made my cursor really slow for a second there. I guess I can learn it the way the guides suggest it should be learnt. It just seems to make it unnecessarily difficult. Life doesn't have to be this hard, you know, but there has to be, surely there has to be a reason why they said to do it this way. I mean, I don't understand it, but then I didn't understand half the things with Fire Mage and why you would double cast Fire Blast, blah 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 blah. So maybe there legitimately is a reason I just don't comprehend. But it just makes it so much more complicated. It could be way simpler than this. Plus, I don't have a weak aura to tell me when Touch of the Magi is almost up. So, I don't know when to really pop it. I would need to put a weak aura on to really be proficient if I use it like that. But okay, but this is going to go real slow. Real slow. We'll just take the burn phase. Simple. So, we need 4 charges immediately. So, you would start with Orb because you'd have it on cooldown. So, that. Oh boy. I like Arcane Explosion better, it was quicker. Okay, you would do that, and then Touch of the Magi, which I put on 2, and then Touch of Power. Oh, shit. That's a... Why did I just get a... What did I hit that got me that? I have no idea, but that's okay. Anyway, we then essentially... Okay, yeah, that's gone really quickly. Wow, that doesn't last long, actually. Is that Touch of the Magi gone? Shit, how long do you last? Oh yeah, you were only 8 seconds. Wait, what? You're only 8 seconds? How are you supposed to magically use Presence of Mind and Blast ×3 within 8 seconds when Blast takes 1 point... Oh, okay, there were free casts. Instant casts. Yeah, that makes more sense. How long do you take to cast? You're instant as well. God, the timing you would have to... Why would you time that? It only goes for 8 seconds! Why would you time that? Why wouldn't you just... use it straight away? Like... let's just get these back up for argument's sake. Let's just get that back up. That's so not the button I wanted. Like, not even close to the button I wanted. Let's just get this back up. Hey, I'll get 2! Does the things behind count? I don't know. Okay, so you want to do S2, go straight into S3, which is on cooldown, but then go into S4, and then just 1, 2, 3, because they're free. Why not just do that? And then we just keep blasting until we... And then you do Rune of Power at some point along the way. We're supposed to be burning through mana, in case you're wondering. And essentially you just keep spamming Arcane Blasts until mana's gone. And then, okay, we've got that. Let's pop that in, and then you just keep spamming it. Okay, mana's fucked. So what we do is we abandon ship and we go straight for Evocate. Right, that gets me back to full. And then we go into conserve phase while we've got cooldowns, although it doesn't really work because I don't really have cooldowns. I've only got 1, 1, 2. Hold on, I've got a response here. Yeah, from what I understand, you would open with Touch of the Magi. See, that's what I said. Because it grants the 4 charges, and it starts an 8-second window of damage dealt, and he would use Touch of the Magi, Arcane Power, and Presence of Mind. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I would do. That's exactly what I said. So why does everything conflict? So there's agreement here. My method makes sense. You want to S2, S3, S4. Take your clear cast off, sorry, S4. Oh, so S4 is a... Is S4 a clicky? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. No, it's an instant cast. What am I getting on my mouse that requires an area of effect that I'm not doing? Is it Arcane Power? It's probably Arcane Power. Now that I think about it. Okay, well, it's not like I need to click on anything. Yeah, okay. Well, there's that. So let's just innovate for the sake of innovating. Just to show us what we should be on. And then we want to immediately shifting power, because that helps with the cooldowns. And then we want to instantly barrage, and we don't really want to let this get up too high because we're trying to conserve mana while we're on cooldowns, although I don't really know if that's too big of a problem. So I'd probably just blast it, barrage it. 1, 2. Probably get to 3 depending on my mana. Yeah, it's regenerating pretty quickly. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be a problem. And then... Yep. Yeah, no, that's essentially it. And then, oops, I went to 4, my bad. Get rid of that. Okay, maybe I can go to 4. I don't seem to be burning mana quite as much as I thought I would by doing this. Oh, now I am. Maybe I should stick to 3. Yeah. Not that bad. Especially given how slow it is. We'll just go to 4 for argument's sake. I hate the delay. I just hate the delay of Arcane Blast. Just hit it, would ya? Oh my gosh. But I guess it does more damage than Explosion, which is why you would use it. Okay. Anywho, while you're doing that, you're supposed to apparently have a mini burst once your Touch of the Magi and your Rune of Power are up and good to go. While I guess power is still on cooldown, 2-minute cooldown. Okay, yeah. This obviously is happening very quickly. In my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, it's several minutes. No, there seems to be quite a good turnaround. So, okay. Let's just start from the top and work our way down. We've got to start getting in the habit of it, and then we'll add on. So, essentially S2, S3, S4, S4. I don't know why it's so reluctant to press F4. Those are my instant casts, and we're supposed to just be using this constantly, aren't we? To one out of mana. Oops, and using that. Missed that step. Oh wow, it really does go faster the more charges you have. It really does. Oh, I got a double? Don't mind if I do. And then that. I'll just do a few more to really deplete the mana. Okay, we've hit the wall. I've got nothing left. Great. So channeling that, we go straight into shifting power. Oopsies, I shouldn't have cancelled shifting power. My bad. That's totally on me. Oops, I haven't been using orb. My bad. So sorry, my Touch of the Magi and Rune of whatchamacallit are on cooldown. So smash that, and then what are we actually doing? Oh, we're just blasting and missiling our way through this. Okay, can do. But how do I know when they... How long does this last? 12 seconds. Okay, so I've got to pay attention to my feet, which is kind of difficult when I can't see my feet. But the minute they finish, I should be going back into conserve, which should just be watching my mana, more or less. And okay, they're all off cooldown. Great. Then we go straight back into S2, S3, S4. Get that cast off. Get those 3 out. I missed it because I was too busy doing missiles. It's okay, just keep spamming. Get out of my face. Please, in the nicest possible way. And then Q, Rune of Power, and then we just keep going. Okay, I keep overriding my own arcane missiles. We'll need to work on that. And we're out, so we innovate, then we instantly go into shifting power. And then we do that. I've still got Rune of Power. It's off, fantastic. Touch of the Magi, Rune of Power, and off we go. Just arcane blasting until the rune goes from beneath my feet. That's what I was told to do. And now it's gone, so we go back to conserve, which means barrage. I've completely ignored orbs. I apologize. I'm sorry, orbs. Okay, so it's nice and straightforward. I like it, I like it, I like it. I just feel like I have to practice this quite a bit to get in the habit to get my fingers on where I need them to be, like 3. I kind of always need my finger to be on 3 to instantly use that ability. I'm not going to use my arcane orbs because we're about to go into my abilities. So then 2, 3, 4, 1. That can wait. That can wait. Okay, I seem to always skip one somehow along the way. I just blanked. Cute. We want that. That's right, we're not barraging, we're just spamming my mana until I run out of mana. That's what we're doing. God, it takes a while to get through it. It does take a while. Okay, we're channeling, and then which means we can go straight into that, and that, and then we just keep going with what we were doing until the rune disappears from beneath my feet, and then we start conserving again. Boom. Okay, we're into barrage territory now. Wrong button. That's why I was like, why are my charges still there? Wrong button. Idiot. Can I stuff in another shifting power? Because I've got it ready to go. So say I do that, and then we go straight into Touch of the Magi, Arcane Blast, Presence of Mind. Okay. Arcane Blasting. Okay, it's gone from beneath my feet, so we've got the Rune of Power back up. We keep going. Until I run out of mana. Yes, I know this can't be the most interesting thing for you guys to watch, but I'm trying to learn here. And muscle memory is the only thing that's going to work. Let's just focus on muscle memory. And so I don't panic when I suddenly get to a person in battle. Or a creature. You know, we don't want to be in that situation. And I'm just going to innovate because it's quite frankly low enough. And then look at that, my shooting power is off already, so I can use it again. Cool. And then we go S2, Q, 1. Okay, we're not doing much of the critting. There she is on the last one too. Okay, and now we need to barrage. Until we get our cooldowns back. I keep forgetting about orb. There we go. And we've got a few more seconds, and then we're good to go. So we'll just boom. That. Always, I don't know if it gets 3. Sorry, I only gets 2 instead of 3. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now we're just burning through mana as quickly as possible. Now, should I be using Orb during this initial stage? Does it do more damage than Arcane Blast? I mean, it's an instant cast actually, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. We are not very critty, are we? Shifting power. S2, Q, smash it out, girl. Ooh, that's nice. Appreciate that. Okay, use the crit for barrage to start conserving the mana. Orb it, because I keep forgetting that orbs are a thing. Take the crit. Rid of. More seconds and then we're up. Arcane Blast in, and then we start again. Yes, I know the crit's up. Worry about that in a second. I think it cast the first Arcane Blast with Innovation. Is that something that must have been something I put up with it? There's no other reason why it does that. Alright, it's gone from beneath my feet. Rune of Power. Off we go again. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. I am getting the hang of this. Yes, we're going to keep going. I need the practice. Holy shit, we are sinking through that really quickly. Oh, my poor mana. That's the quickest I've gone through it yet. Does that mean I'm getting more proficient? Or does it just mean that other influences are happening at the same time? Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I can't get my Rune of Power up just yet. Okay, there she goes. Let's use the crit. 2 crits. One more. Rune of Power will fade. Oops, no, we're getting a second one in. Take the auto. Yep. Barrage. Oops. Again, the orbs. One day I'll remember the orbs exist. And we've got 30 seconds left on that. Okay. So, I mean, it does suffer from the same problem I had with the Fire Mage. Oopsies, I should not have hard cast that. My bad. My bad. It was an accident. I did hit the wrong button. In that you have your initial run of abilities, and then you kind of just suck for a bit of time. So it is the same with the problem I had previously in that sense, but it's not as bad? Question mark? You know, it doesn't, I mean, to be fair, I'm against the dummy. I have no idea what numbers I'm looking at. To be honest, I'm not even looking up here. I am purely looking down here to figure out what's going on here. So, oh, I was supposed to be barraging. Oh my god. No, 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 we're in mana burn. Aren't we? Mana burn? We are. I've completely forgotten where we're at because I was too busy thinking. Clearly cannot multitask. Oh, again, I keep forgetting about orbs. This is why I'm practicing. Oh, man. Oh, let's just innovate. Just for the sake of it. And I lost my train of thought, predictably. What was I saying? I cannot recall what I was saying. Oh dear. You know, through that, I could somewhere I could pick up a mana gem and use it, but... Okay. Barrage. Use or get rid of... Let's worry about my mana. So I'm also gonna lose where I'm up to in the chain when I have multiple targets. This is more practical if you're doing like a dungeon or a raid or something where you're gonna be sinking a lot of attacks into the one creature. So yeah, we may run into some issues there. Actually, we should probably do one more at it as well. Get in the habit of doing that. Hello, can you please S4? Helps if I hit the right button. Drain this. I'm just going to smash buttons. It doesn't matter if I miss a missile. We can always cast it afterwards. It just keeps me going quickly. Because you want to get through the mana as quickly as possible. Like that. Okay. Just, I've got to get into these habits. Okay. Start clearing. Barrage. Oh my god, I think that burn got rid of a little too much of my mana. Okay, we're gonna have to just 3 it. I'm losing too much of my mana. Because I've got 21 seconds, but I'm not even at full. Or maybe I can just gauge depending on where the mana's at. See, the mana looks fine now. So we can probably get away with, okay, that was weird delay. Yep, okay, no, this is fine. I use Blast, I use my orbs, and I come a bit ahead of time, but that's fine. S4, I think it used S4. I'm a little iffy on the timing, to be honest with you. Q. We'll get that cooldown as quick as possible. This is working. Terrible crits, but this is going great. This is really going places. So I get another one in. And then I can't use the crit, but whatever. Doesn't matter, I've got a few seconds to waste until my Rune of Power's up. We're good to go, so I'll just kill time until it's up. It means I've lasted really quickly to have drained it that quickly. Missile or barrage, and then we'll go into those, and then smash this out. And there she goes. Gosh. Okay, just to get it up, we'll only get to 3. Yes, I know orb's up. We'll use orb in a sec. Get rid of that. Use that. Orb. Up one more. Get rid of. I could use shifting power again, as I said before. There's no reason why I couldn't. For 8 seconds and I'm not at full mana, so I should stop. I should go down to just 2. Get rid of, and then off we go. Cute. I'm on the ball this time around. I'm on the ball. Look at that. Look at this casting. Efficient AF. This is going great. So we can get that Rune of Power down. It was close, but no cigar. Off we go. And that should be the rune. Yep. Get rid of. And we'll just keep to 3 to help the mana regenerate, because that's the whole point of this, is to get the mana to regenerate. Prop. Orb, because we always forget. Get rid of. Put them back up. Okay, let's just 2 it for a bit, because we're doing dismally on the mana front. I've got 13 seconds before I need to be at full again. Yep, okay. There we go, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, 1. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of it. The minute I take us to a real world situation, I'm going to absolutely stuff it. Completely 100%, I know this. The minute I have to move between targets, it's going to make life a little bit more difficult. I'm not going to be able to get through targets. Oopsies, that was my bad. I had to cast that last one. Yeah. So, this is the thing. Channeling. This will be my last time, don't worry guys. I know when enough's enough. But it's all well and good to just use this now, but I don't know. I think I'm going to forget the minute I go to use this in a real world situation. You know? Again, because of the mana situation, I'm only going to let it get to 2 so I can regenerate at a better rate. It means my Arcane Blasts are slower, they do less damage, but it means... oops, I did 3. I can get mana back easier. Okay, we could probably get it. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're about to be off cooldown anyway. Boom. Okay. Well, we'll actually use that cooldown. Okay, I wish I'd been paying attention to what she's actually doing up here because I'm sure it looks nice and pretty and awesome. I'm too busy looking here and her mana bar. This is essentially where my view is, which is not ideal. Oh, not at all. Not at all. I suppose because it shows when I brock, I don't really need to look down here, do I? I can glance down every now and then to find my cooldowns, but I don't have to permanently look down here. Okay, one more round. Let me try this by not looking at the ground. Let's try looking at this gosh darn dummy. So, let's get away from this building. Again, I think the view's fine. Alrighty, so I'd be sort of here-ish before combat. So let's at least get that accurate so it zooms out correctly. Alright, we are on 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I really don't know how that works, but that's okay. It's not going so great. I am totally 100% looking at the ground. I guess I should just wait until it says there's no mana. But my charges are down there as well. My charges are down here. So it's another reason why I'm still looking down there. I think I forgot to do the Rune of Power the second time around, but that's okay. Oh god, I've conditioned myself to look there. This is bad. Oh my god, wrong buttons, left, right, and center. What happens when I try to look up? Discombobulating. Come on, Mish, keep your eyes up. Eyes up. Eyes on the prize. You can count! I don't need to look at how many charges I've got. I can bloody count. I'm a well-educated human being. I can count to 2. I can even count to 4. So this should be fine. And my cooldown's still got 37 seconds? Did I maybe not use shifting power to get that down? In fact, that's entirely possible. Let's do that now. Much better. Much better turnaround. Those free cards. Get that in. Get that in. Q. Crit. I can kind of see the bar underneath the corner of my eyes, so I can kind of see when it's done to cast the next spell, rather than having to keep spamming buttons. Although, spamming buttons gets it to happen quicker, let's face it. We almost out of mana yet? Not quite. Now we are. Innovate. Innovation, whatever. Straight into that. Yes, because it said I wasn't attacking, so it got out of that. Oops, that was not meant to happen. Be that, that, and off we go. The mini burn. And conserve. Barrage. And then we just count to 2 again. This is so much slower. It's painful. I guess at this point you kind of hope you're between targets so it can just regenerate naturally while you're not actually like pitifully trying to kill something. Yes, I know I'm going to 3. Bold decision on my part. I've got 3 seconds left and just smash it out. Okay, so it is casting the first Arcane Blast when I hit Innovate. That's why it looks so, it looks weird, because I was just reading it. It said Arcane Blast when I was using Presence of Mind. So it I must have set it up, the macro, so it works that way. It was probably one of the macros I didn't understand, which would make sense. can't remember. Are we in burn phase? I kind of lost track while I was looking at that. I don't remember. I don't think we are. Oh no, we must be. No, I don't actually. I don't know. I don't think we are. I don't think we're in burn phase. I'm gonna stop there. I got too discombobulated, too busy thinking about this presence of mind. So it is set up to cast one Arcane Blast at the same time as doing that, which means I only have to press that twice. So if I do get the missile proc, I only do this twice before I can take the missile and then keep going. So yeah, this is nice. I can see that my Arcane Intellect has worn off, which means I've been at this for more than an hour. Oops. Does that mean I'm going to make this one big Uber episode? That's so time inefficient, but I guess it would make more sense. Anyway, if you guys get bored, you can just get out earlier. So the things I really need to learn is how to counterspell in the middle of all of that, how to blink in the middle of that, because I don't like blinking, and how to spell steal. It's going to be interesting because I don't even have that on hotkey. Same for alter time. But yeah, mainly the counterspell. Guess it's a problem for another day. Oh, my wrist is starting to be a bit tender. I think I'm pressing buttons more frequently than I would with Fire Mage, which makes no sense because I press buttons more frequently with Fire Mage. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, just want to double check. I didn't do anything with Touch the Magi, did I? Macro-wise. No. Oh, so Presence of Mind... I didn't actually set up for anything. Cast sequence reset, Presence of Mind, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast. I do not know. Hold up. So it doesn't. I don't understand. Cast sequence reset equals 30 Presence of Mind, Arcane Blast, Arcane Blast. I don't know what that means. Like at all. I don't really understand. Is there a way that you can set that up so that that auto casts Blast? I don't know. Well, I've got an aura happening. Oh, does the charge give you... Oops, that was so not the right button. I moved it to that. Okay, so it doesn't change. It doesn't change color, it doesn't change size, it just is. No, we're at nothing and we're still there. Why? It's not from the redirected anima. Oh, maybe it's the Presence of Mind. Arcane Blast is instant cast. Oh. Maybe I should be paying more attention. Oh, no, that's too far away for me to pay attention to. Don't know. But okay, at least it makes more sense. Slightly changing what I was told to do by guides to doing it that way seems a lot more straightforward and to the point. We're still not using polymorph. We're still not using We're going to have to upset that lovely pattern to take into consideration what the enemies actually do and reacting to them with those other abilities, obviously. She says, as we all know, she's going to ignore absolutely everything like she usually does. But yeah, okay. That is apparently how you Arcane Mage. Did that mean I got a second lot? No. Good. Oh yeah, I kind of forget that. I need to get that sorted. You go fill up that gap. I don't like gaps. Gaps are bad. Oh, you're going to disappear, by the way, because I'll be offline for more than 15 minutes. I had planned on recording a lot of Shaylear tonight to make up for some of my week's episodes, but that took longer than I expected. Like, way longer. This is going to be just one obscenely long episode that it really doesn't need to be, when it's just me spamming buttons that you guys are going to get so bored watching. But yeah, I really think I am going to leave it there. Leave you guys hanging for a bit longer.